Hello and good morning. Welcome. I've got my little office cat here with me this morning. So, welcome to Thriving in Business with me, Kirsty Waite. Each week, I'm going to come along and share with you stories and tips and inspiration about creating a business that feels good on the inside. So, not just profitable, but actually a place that you can thrive and feel really good. So I'm going to be sharing my story, and also I'm going to be joined by different guests that are going to come along and share their story and how they choose to intentionally create their business and what they bring in and sprinkle in all the magic through their business and how you can get some inspiration and tips from them. So today I want to share 3 key ingredients for you to create a thriving business. And I posted about this yesterday, so you might have already seen the post. But just to clear up when I talk about thriving in business, what I mean is a balanced business, a one that's profitable and gives you the freedom and the life that you want, but also feels good and that is aligned with you and somewhere that you can envisage being in this business for a long time. This isn't something that's just a quick win. This is something that you can really create something out and feel happy and good and aligned with it, and you can thrive. So the first thing that I want to share is about passion. So I really do believe that profit follows passion. And I think spending time getting to understand what really is that you enjoy and what brings you energy and fulfillment. Because I think so much of the time we feel like it has to be one or the other. And I think when in the traditional career path, it very much is you need to get a job, you get your career, and the passion might be there in the beginning. But as you grow and progress, sometimes that becomes a bit thin and you think it has to be one or the other. Like you can't make money from what you love and what you do. But I truly believe that if you tap into what brings you joy, and there's lots of things, it could be the smallest thing that you could just sprinkle through your day and bring into your business every single day. It creates fulfillment. It creates a sense of being and a sense of happiness and joy. And it's not having to choose one or the other. It's creating a business around you and your personality and your beliefs and your passion and things that bring energy to you, really. So the first thing I want you to do is think about, what do you do? What are you passionate about? What really gets you going? What brings you energy? And how can you bring that into your business every single day? And it doesn't have to be all or nothing. It could, like I say, it could just be like sprinklings of things. So whatever that is, just have a real think about it. And how can you bring little bits of that every day? And the second thing that I think is a key ingredient to creating a balanced, thriving business is processes. And I know processes sound a little bit boring and not that sexy and not that like exciting, but genuinely, if we have processes in place, it gives us an element of freedom and flexibility. Okay. And when we first start out in business, it can get a little bit messy and we can run away with ourselves and we end up on this hamster wheel going round and round in circles very quickly, taking clients on and doing the work, taking clients on, doing the work. And you never get a chance to just take a breath and create some solid structure. So creating processes and implementing solid foundations to your business will help it run a lot smoother. And that'll allow you to then be able to flex your business as and when you need. And it creates a sense of organization. It allows you to scale it much easier because you don't have to rethink how you do something every time. You are constantly going, yeah, I know how that works now. I can do that. I can create that. So when you get a new client through, you know the process. You know the journey that they're going to go on. You know what needs to happen. And it allows you to outsource it much easier. But on top of all that, it allows a great experience for your customer, because no matter how many times you work with them or the amount of different clients you bring through the door, you're giving them a consistent experience. So it's not just good for you because it keeps you organized, it's also good for your clients as well. So the third P for today is persistence. So there's so much noise on the internet right now about making X number of pounds in so many months and having 10K months and 6-figure businesses. And there's this whole pressure around time. And I feel like a lot of people feel like they need to be achieving this really quickly. And then they feel like the sense of failure because they haven't achieved it in 6 months or 12 months or whatever that may be. But creating a business that stands the test of time doesn't happen overnight. And I want you to make sure that you give things time to work. So you're testing it, you're trialing it, you're monitoring it. And yeah, you might need to tweak it. But what I don't want you to do is go all in on one thing for 2 weeks, then all in another thing for another 2 weeks, because it's just not, you don't feel like it's working, you're not getting there fast enough. I want you just to make a commitment to yourself and your business that you're going to show up consistently. You're going to consistently show up and do the work until you've achieved what you need to achieve. And I think creating a business that stands the test of time takes time. So give yourself a break, allow yourself the time. And if it happens really quickly, brilliant. But there's also downsides to that as well when you grow too quickly. So just being committed and consistent and persistent with your business can create a really solid foundation. So don't get disheartened that you aren't at a certain point within 6 months of starting. So the thriving, profitable business owner has to intentionally create their business. So I ask you, are you intentionally creating your business? Don't settle for the default. Don't settle just because you've fallen into this flow and it's just kind of took you here, that's where you're going to stay. Take a step back, ask yourself, are you really fulfilled? Are you getting joy and energy from your business right now? If not, what needs to change? What processes have you got in place? How can you make it easier? How can you make it run better? And show up consistently every day. And I'm speaking from experience when I talk about these three things to you. And I've been in a position where I've not been fulfilled in what I've been doing. And it's really draining. And it just ends up in a monotonous cycle of chasing that dream of like, you need some excitement, you need change. What is it that you need? When really, if we can just create every day a little bit of what we need, it makes for a much easier, smoother, happier ride for us. And equally, I come from a background of business process and internal controls. So I've seen the benefit and I've also seen the impact of not creating correct controls and processes in your business and keeping in that messy cycle of a startup, how that prevents you from growing your business and from growing it and scaling it with ease rather than it being difficult. Because if we don't implement those processes as we go, it's going to get to a point where if your business does grow and it's still really messy, it's going to be so time consuming to untangle this knot and try to outsource it. And it's going to take up all your time when you really should be at that point, just focusing on getting your business going and growing your business. So think about it as you go. And again, I've seen the difference of people running down one rabbit hole very quickly, thinking that they're going to make that X number of pounds, whether it's a 10K a month, 20K a month, whatever it is, whatever's fashionable right now, and they haven't achieved it. And I've seen the impact and how disheartened they become because this noise on the internet seems to think that this is now the norm. And if you haven't achieved that, you're a failure. When in reality, you would much rather take it slowly and build and grow your business and scale it in a time scale that's aligned with you and that you're ready for. So it becomes a business that's solid in its foundation. It's not weak. Yeah. It's nice and solid. Okay. So they are the 3 P's that I want you to consider today. Passion, processes, and persistence. And I'm going to come every week and I'm going to share my stories and tips for you. So hopefully this will help you in your business and help inspire you to create an intentional business where you can thrive rather than just settling for the default one. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.